Good morning, good morning. Hope everyone's having a good start to the day. And I'm just doing a quick audio check because I have some feedback in the car. I just want to make sure. Thomas, controlling us there, everything okay on your end? You're not getting any double feedback from me talking or anything? All right, so there is an echo, guys. I'm going to just fix that, and I'm going to fly blind here because I don't have my other headset, so we're good to go. No big deal. We are talking this morning. First, you guys need to see me. Good morning, guys. On patrol this morning, super basic. Today's just a nice drive, get back into the swing of things as I head down to a local city because I've got to shoot some stuff, but we're going to talk about some things. Driver safety education programs. It's pretty obvious at this point, if you drive around anywhere in Central Florida, that there is a lack of driver education, or maybe it's a lack of choice. I don't know. But if you have any type of age on you, any type of experience on you, that is the nice way of me saying you're a little older, maybe like me, late 30s. There was a time when driver education used to be mandatory, and it used to, man, these guys do not want to let me in today. So we'll catch up to the speed limit here. I was trying to do below so I could slide in, and no one wanted to let me in. Catch up, 55 and a 55, headed westbound I-4 mile marker 78. Listen, there was a time where I remember being in high school, where I went to school in Osceola County, the Osceola County Public School District, and graduated from Point Santa High School. Now, I can remember being in school, and the school had like 3 cars assigned to the school to teach driver education. It was an elected class, and you learned everything you needed to know about the roads plus more. Instead of having a Trooper Steve at New 6, you had class to teach you the common sense things that we teach you all the time out here. But now that isn't anymore. It's not a requirement. It's truly not even an offer in a lot of schools. So the question was presented, Steve, listen, if I want to take a safety class, if I want to take a driver educational program, what options are out there for me? And I want to fill you in just on the basics of what is available to you, not only through your community resources, free programs, but there are so many paid classes that you can take, whether you're driving a vehicle like this one with 4 wheels, or even a motorcycle safety class. Now, a lot of people assume these classes are for brand new drivers. I'm here to tell you, I think we could use that course each and every year. Don't put me in charge of Florida Highway Safety and Motor Vehicle, because I think I would change it so that probably every 2 to 3 years you'd have to retake your driver license test. And part of that is just because of the amount of crashes we have. It's the simple things that are always leading to some really nasty things. So if you are first maybe a new driver, say you've got a teen, right? And your teenager is just learning to drive, just starting off, and you have taken them through those extra steps. You're stopping in the parking lots with them, you're meeting up on the weekends when the areas are not as busy, and they already have their learner's permit, meaning they are allowed to drive at 16 or 17 years old with a licensed driver that is 21 years of age or older. I need you to do something. I want you to check with your local sheriff's office or your local police department, usually your larger police departments. And most of the time you don't need to be a resident within that area, you just need to fill out the program. So many sheriff's office, I know the Osceola County Sheriff's Office, Orange and Seminole, I believe Volusia, Brevard, Marion, Lake, Sumter, all have something very familiar. It's called the Teen Driving Challenge. And what this is, it is a free, I say again, F-R-E-E, free driving course that puts your teens in situations to simply learn. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about offensive and defensive driving. So something we just did just now here in the car. I am proactively always looking around. And this is things that they teach and push into your brain, muscle memory. For example, right now, how often do you see this? You're on a ramp, you're getting onto a major highway, and drivers are only thinking about things as they happen rather than preparing for the things that are going to come. They don't teach that in your basic driver test. That's not a question, right? All right, for example, question 35 on the test does not ask you when going from I-4 to the Florida Turnpike, you should A, B, C, or D when moving over into traffic. But in these courses, they kind of try to prep you for the totality of operating a motor vehicle. So yes, getting up to speed, turning your turning signal on, looking in your left, center, and right view mirror, and being observant of what's around you, seeing the space and getting out of that area as quick as possible so that you can flow with traffic. Not all courses teach that, but a lot of the teen driving challenge courses will teach those types of situations. And they are free. Another thing for my seniors, there's a program around here in Central Florida called the CarFit Program. CarFit Program. And it's exactly what it sounds like, fitting you to your vehicle. Here at News 6, we've talked about this. I'm a CarFit instructor or fitter, if you want to call it. And these are for our, what I like to call our experienced drivers. They are the seniors, right? Our seniors are very prominent here in the state of Florida. And guess what? We're all going to be a senior at some point, God willing that we get to make it there, right? So we are creatures of habit. And when you're driving a car for so long, we become pretty stubborn about it. So the CarFit program facing on our seniors educates them about the nomenclature, the features of their vehicle, and a lot of the positioning of a senior in a vehicle. So often in a senior relationship, if you've been married for a long time, there's usually one driver in the household. And if that other driver was to pass away, then all of a sudden that driving relies on you. How often do you see somebody of senior age either way too far from the steering wheel or way too forward, close up on it, or too low, too high in the seat? And this is just because a lot of times we don't want to adjust the seating because it brings back good memories of somebody. And you might be scratching your head going, really, Steve? No, this is true. There's studies that are done on this. Speaking with experienced senior drivers, it's a nostalgic experience for them to operate that car the way that their loved one had left it. But is it the safe way to do it? No, it's not. So their CarFit program allows drivers to learn, hey, the seatbelt needs to be a certain area. You need to have your top of your steering wheel in a place that doesn't hurt you, but so you can visibly see, and you want that seat adjusted. We also focus heavily on mirror placement because how often, I bet you if you get in your car today and just go sit in your car after this stream and you sit in the driver's seat of your car, how much of your vehicle can you see from your side view mirrors? I bet you if a lot of you went outside right now, it'd be too much of your car. Why do you need to see your vehicle when you're looking for the side of the car? So in that CarFit program, we do talk about proper mirror placement. So teen driving challenges for our youth and new drivers, and then the CarFit program for our experienced drivers. Now, for us that are just simply out and about wanting to learn a little bit more, first and foremost, good for you. I only get to meet and hear from the people who want to do the right things through email or Facebook or Instagram when you guys message me. I can tell you right now, I've never met a person in person out here that have been like, yo, Steve, I got an Ask Trooper Steve for you. Where can I learn how to drive better? Never happens in person, but I appreciate you guys sending me the messages. So, one or two ways that you can go about this. First, Florida Highway Safety and Motor Vehicle has a link on their page of a large list of driver safety education classes. However, they're going to cost you some money. So there are a few. There's the basic ones that you would be required to go through if you got a speeding ticket and you wanted to maybe remove your those points off your driver's license. You're going to pay for a course like that. Now, there are several different versions of it, online, in person, the famous comedy ones, which are so far from funny that it's a little sad. But there are options. You're going to pay for that, and those are mandatory. They're usually not too expensive. Now, there are some courses that are privatized. There are no public courses that really put you through the driving experience for free, other than the other ones that I've spoken to you about. And we're not going to give commercials, but there are several here in Central Florida. You can Google them, and they'll pop up. What do you get out of this kind of courses if you're not required to take it? It's a simple refresher. What do you get out of me every day when you watch News 6? You get a little bit of a refresher. Those defensive driving tactics. Little things, as simple as keeping the radio a little low. In congested traffic, you might think this is weird, but cracking your window. I do a lot of weird stuff behind the wheel. But you also need to remember, I've been a law enforcement officer since I was 18 years old. So to me, a lot of this is danger mitigation, just because I'm paranoid all the time. But if you take the word paranoid out and you do what I do, then you're a prepared driver, right? As simple as cracking the window a little bit so you can hear what's happening around you. Having that volume of the radio. I want you to enjoy your music. Lord knows I jam out in this truck every single day, but it's so that you're observant about what's going on, knowing what a safe following distance is between you and the vehicle in front of you. Yeah, we could preach 1 to 2 cars, but in a lot of these courses, they're going to teach you what I'm teaching you. Being able to come to a complete stop in traffic and still being able to see the tires, the rear tires of the vehicle in front of you clearly with road space. What do I mean by that? If exiting here off of the turnpike and we were coming to a stop, I want to leave space to where a few things can happen. First and foremost, I leave space that if I'm impacted from behind, I'm not going to hit the car in front of me. And Paranoid Steve, or Prepared You, I leave enough space that if something was to occur in that traffic situation, I can bail out. Meaning, someone approached my vehicle and I felt uncomfortable, I could hit the shoulder and I can get out of there. A dangerous situation presented itself, an altercation with vehicles in front of me, I could hit the shoulder and I can get out of there. There are so many things that these courses offer that are not in a tangible Florida statute. Florida statute gives you the rules, gives you the regulations, the enforcement and the consequence that occurs when you don't do things right. Taking a course, that's a lot of construction northbound right now. A nice little FDOT convoy. But these court, man, saw that speeder in that black car? That Chevy flying. I'm doing 72 and a 70. Why? Because I don't need my boss or Jeff Seeger's yelling at me. So you're going to get more than anything that you'll be able to find when it comes to rules. So encouraging your youthful child, or me encouraging you as a parent, if you have someone new hitting the road, please reach out to your local law enforcement, because they have courses. Even if they don't advertise them, every agency gets grants if they want them to put on stuff like this and fund it. The Teen Driving Challenge is a grant-funded program from the state. So it's not your taxpayer dollar pulling a unit off the road in order to teach your kid. It is funds intended to educate, so that's really good. If you're older, what do we talk about? We talked about CarFit, an amazing program all throughout Central Florida. And I understand driving is an extremely personal thing. It's something that we try to hold on to for as long as possible. But when we're able to humble ourselves to educate from other resources, whether it be a private entity or someone saying, listen, Steve, you're older, your normal faculties of your body aren't the same, we need to reposition you in your vehicle. Be open to things like that, because it's only going to make you a better driver. And then if you're in that middle range, there are other opportunities out there, but most of them are going to be you're paid for, your private entities and stuff like that. A lot of, I know there's like 123 Driving here, there's Central Florida Driving Institute, plus motorcycle safety classes. There is a retired Kissimmee police chief. She runs a motorcycle safety course down here, and you'll learn a lot from that. So being proactive is part of the game. I really can respect anybody who wants to go and maybe learn a few extra things. But it almost gives me the idea that maybe here at News 6, we need to offer a Trooper Steve standard 30-minute one-on-one driving course, and once a month take a viewer, a teenager, and show them, come up with maybe the News 6 points to driving, and we start something here. I think that's a great idea, to where we have the standard, the checklist, and you could say, I got results and went through the Trooper Steve driver education course. I'm getting an idea out of this here, and I know my producer Thomas is like, oh no, Steve, more work for all of us, but I think it could be really cool. So listen, we are getting ready to exit off here on the Florida Turnpike, and today was simple. What did we spend? 17 minutes, 18, 19 minutes talking about proactive driver safety. The stuff is available if you want it, and that's the thing. If you're saying to yourself, man, I wonder if this is available, it is, and go do it. You'll learn something from that. You will re-educate yourself, and it's going to make you a better driver. You're not going to learn everything from the Florida Handbook. I'm here to tell you, you will not learn everything from the Florida Handbook. You're not going to learn everything from me or from just one class, but understanding that there is so much more to driving than just the rules. There's the proactive behavior. There's the reactive. Can't avoid a crash and cause a crash and things like that. I do have, this guy's a little sneaky, unmarked Durango behind me from the Osceola County Sheriff's Office. They have a big traffic unit down here. You do not want to get stopped by him. There are a few ways to pinpoint an unmarked unit, and guess what? I'm not going to tell you how. So guys, I appreciate you joining me today. Nice stream, super simple. We have an amazing stream tomorrow, so I need you to set your clocks for 10 a.m. tomorrow, as I will be with Claremont Police Chief Broadway, a historic guy, the first black police chief in the city of Claremont, and he also happens to be a just amazingly respected individual throughout the community. We know Lake County's going through a lot, and they have offered so much to that area. Oh look, there goes Darrell right there. He doesn't even see my truck as he goes by. All right, guys, you have an amazing day. Drive safely. You're not going to want to miss News 6 throughout the week. A lot of educational stories coming through about traffic safety. We'll get back to school next week. So please, wow, bad lane change, clown. Have a great day, guys. Love you. Be safe.